I know that you just relocated back to the UK with your family, and what are the things that you've been to miss Hong Kong? I know there will be a lot, but which will be the most, the things that
the thing that I already miss is the scenery of Hong Kong, like the mountains and the beaches and the sea. I mean, where we lived, you could be in Central within 15 minutes walk, or you could be out running on a country trail within 10 minutes on your own, and that was incredible for me. There's not many cities in the world that have that combination of urban and country so close to each other.
What was your first impression of Hong Kong?
Hong Kong was the first place I arrived in Asia, and I was completely blown away with the city. The energy of the place is incredible, and obviously the scenery, as I just mentioned, is incredible too. I kind of felt like I was permanently on holiday, even though I was working, because of the warm weather, because of just the way the city is. You're right by it's tropical.
Like a working holiday.
Yeah, it's like a working holiday, and so I was working, but it just felt like every day I was on holiday. I lived on Lamma Island, which is a little island off Hong Kong Island, and taking a boat to work just felt very kind of like a relaxed holiday.
Do you speak any Chinese or understand Chinese phrase?
So yeah, my mother-in-law is from Hong Kong, and then most of my jobs in Hong Kong, I worked very, very closely with Hong Kong people. So of course, I picked up some Cantonese. I speak some, and I can order food, I can get around and so on, and I obviously learned some phrases that only angry taxi drivers use as well in Hong Kong, but I won't say that now.
But can you remember your first Cantonese phrase that you learned?
It was probably Lei Ho, I think. Probably something very simple like that.
Do you prefer the tram or the ferry?
Well, I definitely prefer the ferry. So, as I mentioned earlier, I lived on Lamma Island, and that commute into town on the ferry, half an hour in the morning, was just amazing. The tram for me is a little bit difficult because I'm quite tall. And so if you stand on the top floor of the tram, because usually there's nowhere to sit, right? You stand on the top floor of the tram.
It's quite narrow
and it stops. There's two beams which go either side of your head, and when it stops, you knock your head against that beam. So for me, it was never a very comfortable experience, even if it was a nice cultural experience, and obviously the ding ding noise.
And it's quite convenient and cheap.
And very convenient and cheap as well. Yeah.
What's your favorite dim sum dish?
I know
that you're a very good cook. Like we talk like
no,
I'm not. Chinese dish, but what is your favorite dim sum dish which you can't make?
Dim sum is quite hard to make. Probably my favourites would be like a very well made lok bak go would be one of them. I'm not sure if Hong Kongers would say this is dim sum, but siu long bao, is that would you call that a dim sum? It's more of a Shanghai food.
We have it as a dim sum.
But you sometimes have it as dim. It is a small dim sum as well. And then actually one of my favourite things is dao miao. The chao dao miao, which the vegetable, which I realise you can only get, I think, at certain times of year in Hong Kong.
It's quite hard to get it in the UK.
It's it must be very. I haven't even looked for it here yet, but that's absolutely delicious. So.